here I have L Central once again open. And first of all, our screens actually, when we work with them, for us, well, they have, you will see that they have, for instance, hotels, in this case, sales or process or accountants. All these role centers have different functions here. So if I change, for instance, accountant, then my screen is going to basically change for that role specifically. And show information related to that. For instance, here the unprocessed payments, approvals for POs and sales orders. You see, that will be basically the idea that we have basically the product that will allow us to actually work this part in finance, but as well, we're going to get all these different modules where we get activity manager. This is for LS retail bookings. Now it's called this way, where this product helps us to then allocate people to different activities. Let's say staff, let's say an spa. Let's say that you have a resort where you need to subscribe people to for trainings, for courses, and so forth. Fashion, and they will help us, of course. LS Retail is perfectly designed to manage the type of products, brands with attributes and different variants, which is basically the color, the style, all of that. So, well, a per module as well, replenishment, very important, membership management with when we need these clubs for our customers, when we can grant different levels, let's say gold, silver, and all of that. So let's think of a club of customers, loyalty club that is going to give us then more benefits for our specific customers that want to subscribe. And well, LS Retail basically has a POS. This is what it is. This is the most important tool, most important sales channels that we have. But as well, it take cares of all the activities that we do. For instance, the staff management as well help us then to, when a cashier arrives, to clock in, clock out, to verify all that information, how many hours, if they have holiday vacations. We can plan our rooster basically for the people that will be working on our stores and a restaurant. Okay, this is hospitality management. For all of you who need inside maybe a hotel, inside the hotel, we as well need a restaurant sometimes. Why not to create it? You see, and then why not to then include memberships? Why not to do replenishment? So all this is then done for us. Here you can check the hotel housekeeping module, but is the actual entire hotel where we here in LS Retail can integrate those features. So, so basically, these retail-facing activities, let's call it that way, is under one solution. Okay, all these procedures. So as well, you can see, for instance, let's start working with this. The other sales channel will be Magento, which is the LS Aptos LS Central web page, where we can, of course, navigate and verify what we want to buy, like any other, but this is integrated with our ERP. So whenever I look for an item that I sell, then, well, this is going to be then possible to integrate the inventory to what we do currently. When we purchase, when we sell everything, we are going to be able to see, look at this, the vendor, one specific type of product. This is another sales channel, basically. You can see our products that have different pricings, right? Well, if I take a look at my configuration of any of these products, you are going to see these pictures, these prices, and even promotions that I can create back in the ERP here in LS Central. Okay, so let's define, for instance, to understand the idea of the product. Yes, we have purchase, finance, we have different type of activities coming from the what. Let's just check it as the ERP. Okay, the ERP solution. But above that, the idea is to have all these different tools that we are going to use. Let's just explain how it works. So we have, for instance, yes, the chart of accounts, where we are going to receive all the sales, all the transactions that were just work through the store. So here we have our balance sheet and then our P&L just for you to know how it then would be working. Everything is just one solution once again. We are not a separated solution here. I have my income statement with my revenue. Plus, in LS Retail and LS Central, up to Sales Central, we're gonna manage. Let me explain you this. From where I'm gonna get transactions posted, we have this entity called store. So when we work with this tool, we are going to create all your stores immediately here. This list of S001, these are codes of stores, different stores that I have created. The idea is that we upload this information. This will be, let's say, brick and mortar, just to begin, the most common example of stores we implement. Here is the address. Then we are going to get by the way, what we call a distribution group. So every time we create a store, we need to have communication to the central. So this is part of the communication of the supermarket stores, but we have more. We have a communication channel where we can communicate to all the stores. So let's say that we increment the price of any given item. Where do you want to sell? Send this. Okay, this is how we structure. Yeah, we create all the stores, but behind the scene we have this communication channel, so you can send a new information to all the stores or to a group like us. Here we are a supermarket stores. So these guys behind the scene have different members. Okay, the supermarket or the store number one is actually a member of the supermarket, and we call them distribution group, but these are just communication channels. So yeah, we create your store, coming back to the idea of how then we work. And then there are just to show some features, for instance, how you want to close your store by the staff. So we count everybody who is working on that POS, even the manager, the cashiers. We need to know the total. The most common will be the POS terminal, by the way, where we can see the total by terminal or POS. And by the way, all these configurations like the difference, maximum difference allowed to accept to be able to finish the day. Let's say, okay, $10 between what you count. Remember that the cashiers will have money to count, right? And then we need to compare to the calculated. So this is the store, some different setups that we have for this, and as well the post terminals. Once we create your store, the idea is that we are going to create each POS. Look at this. These are the codes that I use to create terminals. The POS at the entrance, with dual display, mobile POS. So the idea is exactly that we can deliver, look at this, the web store terminal as well. This is for my web page, maybe. And then well, other ideas like a pause in a phone. Okay, so that's the thing. We are capable of delivering not only one POS. This the LS Retail, let's say, is not only to create one. It's not a POS indeed. Here is a designer of different type of POSs. You can see all these different type of ideas, right? And we can deliver all of that. And as well, if you want, you can design a screen for a tablet, offline, online, all the time, all of that. Different type of configuration and characteristics. But all of there are terminals. Currently in this supermarket, I have 25 terminals, correct? Now, let's just begin with a little bit of the review that how it works. What is let me open the POS from here so you can see as well that as well as I open the chart of accounts, and I can even open now my products like any other ERP, but here we have connected the POS. So once we open this, the idea is that we have a way of start selling items like in any other store, and everything is once again as one single solution. So I'm opening now the store so you can see my POS working. Well, basically the POS is just a sales channel for us. Actually, it's not anything like where that it's just an isolated POS. For us, the POS as well as the web page online, for instance, here is my online for the demos. Look at this. So it's not a real web page or online store, but anyway, look how I have opened this a small design, right, of our web page, and this is as well as a channel. So everything for us is one single solution. So from a website to a POS, that you can start and just selling and use this functionality as well. And then of course, it has different procedures, but the idea is that among these channels, we have all our inventory. We can centrally manage what to send to the POSs or to the stores, like new prices and stuff like that, right? So I'm just going to do a sales operation where I'm going to receive then a backlinda. These are fast buttons that we actually use when we don't have maybe or this, the most popular item. So I have just to click on the button and immediately it's just going to then sell the item. And any other type of a operation that you would like to have. In this moment, I'm just going to pay. I mean, the POS, like we have different tender types, we have different functions to look for items, search for them, or if we don't, we have an item that doesn't have then the barcode, why not to do a price check? These are miscellaneous and easy type of transactions. The good thing about LS Retail is that we can integrate all these store sales into one single a chart of accounts, so to speak. Everything is perpetual inventory in all the sales channels. Either the inventory that we manage that I'm selling will be now after I just pay, immediately is going to sell the item and decrease the inventory. So here I have my small ticket where I can say, hey, this is the store, well, the name of the store, the slip or the ticket number, who is the staff who is selling this, the amount, in this case, 42. So all of this information, right? The good thing is that, well, we can as well develop this part for you, the tickets, create as you wish with the text. You don't need a programmer anymore. You can edit it with simple configuration. And as well, our POS terminal is 100% configurable when we, for instance, want to change a button, then we are going to be able to see the configuration. This is the price check description. This is what you see on our buttons here, like star, customers is the description. But behind the scene, we have, I don't know, thousands literally of different type of functions that we are going to be able to use. And from here, why not to, well, print, let's see, an XY report. This is typically the summary of the store operations and sales, or print a bill, for instance, right? All of these type of internal comments, right, will be then just there. We can then configure according to what you need in your options, what will be the idea as well. We can change the menus to include, for instance, for this menu, 2 columns and 4 rows. And as well, we are going to be able to add to each of the rows, well, different functions or comments, right? So one button is for price check, another multiply by 2 the quantity. If you have as well item points offers or gift cards, or well, basically different. This is a menu that we can just change, add columns and so forth, well, and well, later change the colors. So that's the idea, that we are going to be basically having the opportunity to customize and change and, well, create a POS from scratch for you. And then this could be even, different. Another concept that I forgot to mention that is super important is that all of these um, channels or accesses that we have, and even functions that we create for our cashiers, then we are going to have permissions. Permissions, let me just go to the staff permissions, where we can create, for instance, what will be the permissions for a cashier, for a manager. But I never created this. I came back to Business Central, which is here our ERP, and I can create a new permission centrally, right? So who can do, for instance, the tender declaration? This cashier can do so if we need it or no. Can we void a transaction? Yeah. Can we void a line? Yeah. So you see all the type of permissions that regulate the activities in our POS and others, right, that we as well control inside the screen, for instance, who can create a purchase order, who can see a customer or whatever, or create or edit, right? That's not done specifically directly in the POS, but we have our master data here in LS Central. This, for instance, if I create an item then, so we can understand the idea. Whenever I create an item with a picture, right, where I will be then this address, Aloha address, this Hawaiian products, and then in this, well, the idea is that we are going to be able to create unit of measures, a different barcodes, so we can scan our products in the POS as well. But very important, whenever, for instance, we create a product, we need to focus as well on what we include in the web page, in the stores, the prices for the stores, and we have a master data a process and configurations where we basically, we can configure, for instance, the text that we are going to present in HTML, where we can say this address, actually we have Copilot that help us and provide a full explanation that will be then just exported to our online page. And we can see typically in a web page, we have larger descriptions where we have a multiple pictures when needed. And as well related to this fashion item, let me see if it has variants. I can create then just basically with this in mind, let me just show you one product that has that already. A we can establish different type of configurations for our products, which allow us to, for instance, these they may have variants where we can just specify the size, right? The let me see another Linda skirt. I remember one of these products. And the idea is that some products might have a different color, size, something like that. Let me just navigate through another product that has this specifically, and just to show you the functionality. Good. So this guy, this product, I mean, Skirt Linda, has now different barcodes you can see. But we can talk about the variant codes. The variant codes is basically the size in combination with the colors. Okay. So now, we have the item that has a barcode to identify directly if we are selling a yellow or red skirt. We have the different barcodes, but as well the different sizes that you can see here, right? Each of them has different type of barcodes. And here you're going to see that this is part of the yellow family. These first barcodes, color is light, attributes. When we define attributes, and we are going to see how then we work with them in the POS as well. The idea is that once we start adding, you can say, okay, this is casual, this is cotton, this is fashion, right? All of this. So you can see how powerful this type of procedure is when we create items. And well, all these attributes that I was speaking actually help us to define more information. Let me explain a little bit. I will open a POS that help me with this. Let me just go to the retail users for a second and change my user POS. So the idea is that with that definition, all this inventory will be managed through the store. Each store is, by the way, a warehouse where we are going to handle our inventory with the previous characteristics, that could be medium, large, with the different colors and so forth. So if I want to work, if I want to work in a matter in a way that I can just immediately show you what functionality we present. Well, is basically going in a 360 view where we can open immediately our POS or show different type of designs where we talk about, maybe you have a small, a let me access here. Maybe you have a small supermarket, a big supermarket. Maybe you have fashion stores and all of that. Well, we have, well, different designs that you can see here, for instance. And when I was speaking about the different, this is another design of a POS that we create. and look at how can immediately from the store, I'm connecting now to the actual website. And look at this. This is our regular POS, but will look similar to a new way of selling, right? This is clienteling, where remember the attributes that I explained here are as well clothes, right? Where we have hats, scarves, and others. Then what do you want? We need to ask. This is more or less similar to what you will be finding in an online site, but this is our POS. I would select, okay, an item that is made out of cotton, maybe. So scarves and hats, I only want. Show me what you got made out of cotton, and show me the information because, well, currently we don't have it to begin, right? Enough inventory. And then this is cotton, this is dry cleaning, and well, remember the big description I spoke about. Well, here it is. So we can basically handle with these type of processes, well, more clienteling, okay, better service with the customer, having communications. What do you need? As well, show the description, but as well we can compare sometimes uh, our customers might look for two type of products, and well, let's just check side by side. Okay, here we have different prices of similar products. Let's say that he wants to understand what are the materials, ironing, stretch, dry cleaning, characteristics of all of these items, plus the price. Don't forget that we are always showing the price. So the idea is that, well, regarding the how LS Retail manages the products as well, these are attributes basically, right? For us to understand the idea, but as well, these products might be small, might have different colors, might have even a style. So this is sport and this is more casual, as an example. But all of that are characteristics of the products, but we create, or this is the idea of Aptos Sales Retail, to have different characteristics of the products with different fields and, well, different ways of design that with some training we teach you how just to do exactly this type of ideas, right? But these characteristics are applicable for different type of products. It's according to its own nature how we are going to use it. So after that, for instance, your customers are going to be able to decide, look at these multiple pictures for one single product in our POS. So let's just select one color and as well the size. Well, all of them are here, just confirming. And well, after we just have finalized our sale or showing the products that we have, then as well we come back to our regular POS, because this is exactly like if I have scanned just the product with a specific barcode and immediately just appearing in our POS, nothing else. So basically this is the sales channel, but behind the scene, another POS design, let me just get out of here. And as well, LS Retail, right, is going to allow us just to connect to a Shopify as well. This is another a new feature that we have, important to mention. Um, the idea of Shopify is that in the end, right, we are going to be able to connect. If you want to create a new Shopify store and these products immediately, you can integrate all of them. And once you integrate, well, the same, you add another sales channel if you don't want to go and create your own store and design it for you. Well, that currently works perfectly. So yeah, now the idea of LS Retail is once again coming back to basics, right? That we are going to be managing now our inventory. Now I'm going to show you if you need, let's say, a restaurant. Okay, it's another type of a retail a store, let's say, just for us to know different ideas. But when we talk about the restaurants, we have other features that we can enable. Not only the POS, okay. The idea is that, well, basically we are going to get multiple. Let's just think about your retail sector, okay? Maybe now you are in the supermarket, but you need to add a new restaurant. You might be having well, you have a hotel or the idea is that we are going to have different what we call hospitality types, by the way. So in any of our store, in this case a restaurant, right, is which is at the same time a store, and it has its own POS as well. It's not a supermarket anymore. Well, the idea is that for us, we are going to be having the concept of the service flow. What type of service flow would be good to have? Well, it depends. But the idea is that it is going to allow us to then be able to sell according to your needs. The bar flow, when I go to a Starbucks or to a bar, I just provide my name. Hey, hi, my name is Noe. I want a beer. I want something else. And then something to eat. And then I will only, with my name, just request what I'm selling. But when we go to a casual or fine dining, well, casual will be more or less like a cafeteria as well. We sometimes we have a queue of people waiting to for their coffee. They are asking maybe to one a, a cashier, finishing the sale, paying, and then in the other side of the same area, we receive our products later, right? But we are inside the restaurant. There might be tables even that where we can sit with our products we have just purchased to start eating, right? And well, that's casual. There's no reservations. You just arrive and purchase all of that. A coffee house will allow me as well in the hospitality industry as well. It's important to mention that we have modifiers. You have your same item, a coffee, okay, like in this case, but then we would need to increase it. This is the small, the medium, the large size, all of that. As well, let's say that we sell croissants. Do you want your burrito or whatever we purchase in that coffee house? But we are going to be able to assembly on the flight what we need. I want ham, I want then some other, I don't want pickles and all of that. You are creating an item on the flight. That's typically what we do in hospitality. And fine dining, just well, we have plenty of different examples: takeaway, pub and taps, while fine dining, which is with tables, so you can reserve your why not your your table and sit the guests was where everybody will be able to select specific menus, maybe for the breakfast, for the dinner, all of that, right? So with the restaurant, just once again, I was showing basically the different capabilities, generally speaking, right? Not going into specific. I typically my webinars are like, hey, this is the loyalty program, or this is a POS. This is now to check the entire product, okay? Just to mention. So, well, I was just speaking a little bit about the restaurant, what it is, how it looks like, right? Now, let me open it so you can see if you want it, if you already are thinking, or if you have it already. Yeah, okay. My store is working, or I'm planning to create a store, but as well, it would be important to mention. It's just having a bug here. I'm seeing. Hmm, Let me see. One second, please. And let me close this guy. There you go. Good. And well, just to check the restaurant, let's just open immediately. And well, here I'm gonna then be able to open then my fine dining POS, for instance. So you can see how then you could create, if you have this product as well, not only have a regular POS or the online store that I show already, but if you need, right? The idea of this is that it's a regular POS, nothing else. But here, if you want a restaurant, the way it operates is that you are going to ask us, well, what do you want inside the restaurant? For instance, here I have my own table area, right? Where I have this beautiful map, right? By the way, from here, from the table, I can open a POS. So this is a table where I have people sitting, or that I can sit in this moment. Let's say I will be now the waiter, right? That will be opening with a tablet. Now is commonly used now with tablets that they will approach to your table when you sit, or they actually sit you where with the any free table, and how many people will be seated today. let's say this is a breakfast, and look how the icon changed, and it's counting OM or 0 minutes for me to take this order, right? This is the table management. And from here, we are going to be able to what we call open the table in this area, but it now open our POS, right? This is how the restaurant mainly works when we work with tables. And as well, I want to give you the idea of the menu. So here I have drinks. Let's say that is similar to a group of items, right? I have then my drinks, all of them under this simple menu, right? But as well, inside I have sodas, I have coffees, right? All of that. And look how my menus are as well changing. So if you like, if you see some of the menus that you like, you can ask and we can help. As well, we can insert icons in the buttons like this. This is not a picture, by the way, but for this restaurant as well, I decided I was going to have what we call glyphs. Glyphs. So we can enable that for you to let me see to have this type of icons, right? Like this a price, and then once again start asking for some items. Here, the idea is that at some point after ordering, for you to know if you want to enable a restaurant, well, we send to the kitchen. Behind the kitchen, if you want it, we can present basically these are all my menus that I can send immediately to the kitchen. And they might have like a small manufacturing area with people working and different areas. So in this case, all the drinks will be sent immediately to the bar where they have an expeditor, they just prepare it and send them to the tables. So this is what I want to confirm first, right? And then I can just immediately send it. This is what they are ordering, so to speak. But then as well, they will be going with, well, adding now the food, right? So I'm going to adjust random items here, right? And as well, send them to kitchen. But what we are doing here is that, well, now this is going to different areas. This is going, the carrot soup is first prepared in the cold station where they might be chopping the carrot or something, then to the grill and then to the expeditor. So inside the kitchen, we have a small manufacturing area with different sections, one for salads, one for, I don't know, desserts or right? Just giving you the idea of that. We have a KDS, by the way, which is basically display stations. Like here, I have I'm using a display station for my work, which is basically selling as a waiter. But behind the scene, the people working are going to be able then just to see what they need to prepare. Somebody will see the soup, the one that is in the cold station, but in the grill, they will maybe check the club sandwich, right? That's the idea of the KDS, and we can enable those monitors for the people who's working behind the scene to see what they need to prepare immediately, right? With monitors, etc., and then bump the items when they are ready or to be able to serve them. Now, for the restaurant, and this is not only about restaurant, once again, I was showing a POS, I was showing that we can create different stores, right? Now, just showing different functionalities. Now I have here what we call the KOT, which is basically paid, right? But I need to wait for it for this to be served, basically not yet sent, not even served or anything. It's just a paid. That's good. So we can see with different windows what is the status of our transactions and what items they include until we just serve them. This could be done automatically by me, the cashier, when I do it, or as well can be sent directly from the kitchen. They can click a button in their KDS system, and as well they will be saying it's already finished. So this is table management, and as well just other features that allow me to show what type of, for instance, I have served some items, but others I haven't yet served. So what's going on with this, right? And look at this, the production time. How much time should I need to prepare? Because, well, if my customer asks, well, I can give some estimated time maybe, or well, just serve it. Simple as. Well, so now my table changed, and then I can clear it, and of course clean it. Okay, so it's the full. Just wanted to open the restaurant, so to show the service flow. this is with table management, but as well I have a gift shop. Look how in the top I have different type of hospitality types. I'm gonna call it that way. This is just a store. I can click on you and open a POS and sell my items in this section, right? In this same POS and the pub. In the pub, maybe once again, I will only give my name. I don't have tables or anything like that. And well, I just click on you. And the idea of this is that any of you will provide, like, let's say this is going like to Starbucks or something like that. And then I will prepare. This is typically done in hospitality, right? Like we have the opportunity to add items. So prepare it on the fly. Do you want a French fries with this item, the chicken with raw sauce that you requested, or plain rice or something? And look at this. It's pre-configured that it won't add a charge. Okay, it depends, but you can say, okay, maybe French fries is a little bit more expensive, so yeah, I can charge if the customer asks for this, and so for how many you want, right? I want two French fries, maybe, and just clicking OK. This is what we call the item modifiers, right? So just giving you some ideas. This is has full functionality for the hospitality management. Let me just close now my store. Well, but basically, what I was going to say regarding all these different functionalities that yes, everything is selected. You can open this in a mobile and select, hey, I want this restaurant downstairs for this terminal only because it's in the section where I have a terrace, maybe only tables in that area. But we can create another POS only for the bar that is upstairs, that is only people mingling, not reserving, no tables, nothing like that. Just go and purchase your beer. So all of these different type of sales operations are in one single POS that I can access with permissions, but we can split, slice, and dice all of this for you according what is required in different areas. But we prepare that for the store. Now, another type of small concept will be the self-service that is more or less now popular in some areas. I need to explain this part. This is like a tablet, or we can enable a monitor there, right? There won't be cashiers, there won't be any manager immediately attending. Maybe somebody explaining you how to order, nothing else. We have gone through, well, maybe these restaurants in the airport, typically you will find those there, but well, they are getting popular here and there where you can you just simply order your by yourself your items. Or in this case, well, just coffee, right? Where I'm ordering espresso and americano with extra shot. So nothing else. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? We can just confirm the order. Maybe in this moment, when I do it, I can just immediately send it to a cashier to who is going to receive the payment. Maybe it depends. But as well, we can enable this confirm order, so you immediately insert your own card in a device. Typically, is a vertical screen, by the way, with a terminal connected, so I can pay by myself, and the order will go directly to the kitchen. If I were, so to speak, the cashier, right, more or less, where the order will be after confirmation, will be sent. So I'm confirming now the order, and everything is being sent to the actual kitchen to be prepared, my coffees, or on the flight to the cashier. No, it doesn't mean that everything has got to go to the actual kitchen in this moment. If you want to enable this, because this is just a cafeteria, right? But we can say what I'm showing here is that yes, I have menus, I have products, and then I can just serve myself. Okay, this is the auto or auto checkout, so to speak, right? And other ideas that have been, lately operating. Let me close my store. Okay, a hospitality. Here is okay. And well, in some cases, right? How do we integrate? For instance, we have online stores that I show. We have these restaurants. All our processes, right, might differ a little bit, right? I'm just showing some of them in this moment, but what I want you to understand is that is one single a solution, right? Everything that I'm showing is under one single solution. Now, let's go to bookings. Bookings will help me to then organize my information of different activities that I have. Maybe you have a hotel, a resort. Maybe you have different areas where you might use, you have visiting people. And then the idea is that we might need to do a reservation with activities, just as an example. So, for instance, I can generate let me just try to look for an activity to show as an example. What is bookings when needed, right? For instance, I can have classes, events, dining reservations connecting to the restaurant. We're going to have people that will be joining different activities that you sell, so to speak, of services, right? But yeah, in a restaurant, you might require big restaurants, big hotels, all of that. Well, you might have different areas. So sometimes in the hotels, let's say, right, we have these halls that can be rented for different parties, or even an office, right, an office meeting where we are going to ask for pizza and sodas, and on all of that, right, or well, classes. So the idea of bookings and activities, which is another module inside, is that we are going to, right, have Stefan visiting us today, right? And well, with this, we can say I'm about to um, to reserve an activity for this guy. Stefan Thompson is basically, and then we can just let me open as well another better POS so you can see the idea. I want to here is this purpose. This is another activity if you want to enable this. Once again, showing bookings. Bookings has as well a POS like we already have, but this is for us. Okay, so if you want to enable a reservations or others for your activities, well, here is a POS where we are going to be able to sell different products, like in this case, food. Think of the spa, right? We are going to be visiting the spa today. So here I will add once again the clienteling idea where we can compare and see our products. I want to see, for instance, the Star Day cream. I want to add it, but I want to understand then what is the actual price. I don't have items, by the way, currently. It doesn't matter. I can still sell it. And then the brand, item template, all of this information. This is what we call attributes, the picture, then the flow field for inventory, and additional text. Good. So, well, why not to add it if you like it or the customer like this product? But as well, we can compare the two creams together. I don't know, just to verify if they are good for the customer. And then as well, let me just open the calendar matrix, and they don't have it. Or sell an activity. Hey, as well for you, these are the booking side, right? Do you want to rent a room for the event, and we how many hours, right? And the default price is 100. Or maybe you want a facial massage only for today, right? And well, all these different type of products. Why they are different from a regular typical product that we sell at Coca-Cola or something like that, which I can through the POS. But the bookings is basically designed then to or these products that I'm showing, behind the scene they have somebody who is preparing maybe a room, right, who is renting and paying this person for this time in that room with a reservation, plus a trainer or plus a person who is going to providing the massage, right, plus a wine, I don't know, a glass maybe, and then well, the full price. So the bookings is connecting the different areas with the people who is going to provide a service. This could be tennis, this could be golf, this could be, look at this, the meeting room that I was giving as an example. We, the company, will go to this a beautiful a resort. This could be maybe more for resorts, if not only for a spa, right? But just showing you ideas where, well, in this spa, you can then select when you like to, oh, let's just do it for the last date of April, right? And we can plan how many, well, I'm getting a massage, a facial treatment or whatever, and then the number of hours that, well, sometimes could be defaulted, or you can select more, right? And look how many procedures I'm just following to make a sales operation. What is going to be our availability date according the people working behind the scenes? Because, well, I want to have all the people 100% of the time. We measure the capacity and the schedule. Where are you providing different activities like the facial massage in this case? Well, according to the person who is working, well, and how am I hiring people? I don't know, right? A lot of considerations behind the scene, but these are our schedule that I can offer and how many hours I still have available, all right, at this time. So that's good. By the way, I remember that for this setup, I had like 2 or 3 different spa rooms, right? So we have availability because, well, you can link one activity to one single place or area, or as well, this is going to charge, they are going to charge me 120 for the hour and doing the reservation on the time that I was actually reserving this. Okay, so this is bookings. Basically, you can continue selling your products like any other POS. But if we talk about bookings, it's because we basically are generating activities behind the scene in different areas. This could be as well a hotel where at night I'm going to have a disco night, right? Something like that. So let's reserve instead of the meeting room the hall maybe, but as well I want some desserts. I want some food or and beverages there. So order it, prepay them. That's important. Typically, when we are working in a retail environment, we just immediately pay. But here we can, well, basically as well verify if we have deposits and we receive the full payment later, maybe. It's up to you how you want to use it, right? And then, well, this is bookings just to give you a very small idea, and you can check how many reservations you will have later, activities, or groups of people coming as well, just to mention it. And something that I wanted to show, the activities. So here for the spa, as well, I have my small matrix where I have all the time, and here I have all the people working for different activities, of course, right? And this is only for the spa or the massage or whatever, right? So we can just today, one of our customers with this matrix is going to book one of the meetings. What do you want for today? I have burgers, different packages that I'm selling, a massage, well, 30 minutes only. Okay, and with this, well, we can even select a additional charges. Apart from that service, do you want any of the products that we sell? So yeah, maybe I will look for maybe a beverage or a beach towel, something that I will be purchased maybe. Or this could be a drink, typically in a spa, by the way. Right. So well, that would be basically, so in a nutshell, the idea of the different procedures we have, different a type of possible POS operations that you might use, right? Remember, oh, here is my meeting already confirmed. Okay, look, massage 30 minutes, and of course it is going to include anything that this guy, Stefan, right, wants to purchase. So basically, just giving you some other functionalities that we normally have. Now this is we are receiving, let's say, customers that allow us, that telling us, I want the restaurant, but I want the hotel, right? Especially the Caribbean, where, well, all this is more useful and typical to implement, right? But in other areas as well, LS Retail help us then to work within one single environment, right? Remember, to then centralize everything. So we can go from our own item that I create, send it to the spa, send it to the restaurant, send it to the online store or to the self checkout with different prices. All of these sales channels with different attributes, as you saw. If you we remember that your attributes for online might be completely different from the brick and mortar POS, for instance. And well, that will be the idea, that centrally I can manage all of this at the same time and manage one perpetual inventory, so to speak, and then we'll just continue working. So for us who are seeing LS Retail, Aptos LS Retail for the first time, well, we sometimes get questions about if this is going to be only a POS maybe, but no, you can see now all of what we can do here. We can design multiple type of POSs, even by permissions for your users. The manager can have a different menu than the cashier. That's quite old, but I still will remember what are the capabilities and decide whether maybe we have different POS designs. Even you can create different type of stores and functions, right? So once you get the product as well, you can continue then basically expanding your business with all of these type of integrated tools working as one in our solution, right? So that will be it. Thank you very much for today and for your time. Then we are having webinars. My name is on a weekly basis. My name is Noé. Thank you very much for your time, and then see you in our next session.